Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And so today we got the Google Pixel 3 and it's on Android 13. I had a very long live stream, so I made a critical mistake. So the live stream ended up being a lot longer than I expected it to be. It was like an hour and 46 minutes long. But let me just say this. I got it done. The live stream, you guys can go and check it out. I did put in the title where to skip to, so you can just get straight to where the flashing and everything begins and where I was able to just find my mistake and correct it. All right, so what I'll do is that I'll have a screen grab here for you guys to kind of just see and follow along with me at what I'm looking at on my screen. All right, so when you first look at the UI, looks like Android 13, nothing too drastically different. I can tell you guys though that the responsiveness is a little bit smoother. You get a little bit of jank here and there when scrolling, but for the most part, yeah, it's pretty decent. Cool thing about PixelDust for the Pixel 3, and no, I don't want to do that, is they have these really cool wallpapers. They have a whole library of it. There's something in there for everybody. So you can install those if you want. You can set them as your favorites, and if you have favorites, they'll be in the favorites folder. So that's actually pretty nice. Just so you guys can see, it is running Android 13. So you can see it's Pixel 3 version Android 13. Tap on that. We got the little clock wheel here. And there you have it. Different versions, like emojis, but anyways, you can see the build number and the kernel version. So those that want to know. You go to display. You have basically the same settings as you would have normally in Android 13. There's nothing drastically different. Wallpaper and styles, you could do the same thing, do themed icons, and yeah, here you have it as far as that. With the battery, you now have it where you can view the past 24 hours. You can turn that off if you want to turn that off. Adaptive preferences, you can have that. Go to battery usage and you can see in the last 24 hours. Of course, this is the first initial run after flashing the ROM on there. So since I got about like 12 hours and 8 minutes left, we'll see how that does, because on stock Android 12, battery was killing out pretty quickly. So we'll see if how long it takes for me to use it and for it to have to get juiced back up. Let's go ahead and play with the cameras. So we'll allow the locations and just hit done. Look at my messy desk, and we'll flip it around. Try lifting it. We get the ultra wide and the wide on the selfie. So the two 8-megapixel camera sensors are working. Let's go into video mode. That seems to be working. That seems to be working too as well. And you got like the different modes you can play around with there. So looks like camera and stuff is working. That's cool. Let's see if we can get Gemini rolling on here. So we got Gemini popping up, giving us a little bit of information. We'll do the switch to it. We'll agree. And Gemini works. It's great. One good thing about having an unlocked bootloader. You get your Google feed, you swipe to the left, drop down notifications, your quick settings. If you need to, I need to customize that, but that's pretty cool. Of course, you got your widgets, like I got the battery widget right there, so I don't need it on top. And you got this little indicator on the very top. If you look next to the Wi-Fi icon, it kind of pops up every now and then. And that's just when there's actual data traffic happening. So you can kind of see that when it's happening in real time. So that's actually pretty cool. I have to give it there. But yeah, still a lot more to kind of play around with when it comes to Pixel 3 and being on Android 13. Let's see if it, really just kind of like does some justice with the battery. That was probably one of the biggest things in yesterday's video that I dropped about the Pixel 3 that I didn't feel like people were going to like about the phone itself. But it's still pretty good. Definitely as a backup burner phone. And right now with Android 13 on it, breathe new life into it. One thing that I did notice is that a notification popped up to update it to Android 14, but there is no system update in settings. Like I'll show you right now. We'll go back to settings real quick. And if you go into system, there is no system update. The reason why is because if there is an update to Android 14 built from PixelDust, then you're going to want to flash it on here. You're going to have to grab the files from XDA, flash it on here. So you do have the ability to reset it, do gestures. So you have all the different gestures that you can do, but no system updates. Not one at all. That's totally fine. As far as this display, if anyone's wondering, no, you can't bump it up to like, 90 hertz or 120 hertz refresh. Not going to do that. But so far, it's being just fine. It's responding just fine. It's doing pretty good. Have no complaints there. And literally, I will say, as I continue to use it, I'm going to use it for a couple of days and just see how well it performs. And I'll get back to you guys, let you guys know how good or bad this ROM is. But I'll also look for different ROMs to try. And if I find some, I'll flash it on here and try it out. But that's it for today's video. Thanks for checking it out. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.